introducing yourself or introducing a branding? Are you a fresh graduate who is going to attend to a totally new different vibes of communities, new surroundings, new universities lives? How are you going to cope with that? Or are you someone who is going to be hired or employed under a new company which you have always been dreaming of? Or are you someone who is going to be plunged into an entirely new different backgrounds of societies, new cultures, new country where you live in for the moment? How are you going to cope with that situation? For example, when you are going to go abroad, when you know no one there, how are you going to address those awkward situations? How am I going to talk? Who am I going to talk to? There's no one there. So therefore you need to introduce yourself, isn't it? And introducing yourself is not enough. You have to give a good manner in your first impression. Your first good impression largely matter. What is that? I'm going to talk deeper about that after these minutes. So therefore, if you are experiencing whatever that I mentioned before, this video is definitely for you.
This is Triple I, your gigantic library of solutions.
Hey everyone, this is Triple I, your gigantic library of solutions. So in today's video, I'm going to talk deeper about what is actually first impression, why is it very crucial that I need to make videos entirely talking about the first impression, how to introduce yourself, and etc. I'm going to talk deeper, a lot deeper. But before going furthermore into the tips and tricks on how to introduce yourself or your branding, I'm going to give a set of reminder. But before going to the set of reminder, I want to ask you a thing. The question is, what is the first thing that you notice when you first meet someone at the very first sight? Is it their hair? Is it their makeup look? Is it the way they dress up? Is it the way they behave? The way they walk? The way they talk? Their manner? The way they interact with people? The way they smile? Or even the way they look at you? What is it about? So whatever your answer is, that is all your first impression that you made to others. So what is actually first impression? So first impression in unarranged sentences is called a feeling, an idea, or an opinion about someone or something without conscious thoughts or only based on a little evidence. So it is more likely like an assumption that you made to others when you first people at the very first glance, at the very first sight. What you notice, what makes you attractive, what makes people interested in you, what makes people notice and captures your eye contacts. So therefore, it is first impression. So why is it very crucial to talk about? So throughout our lifetime, we don't have any idea who we are going to talk, who are going to meet, who we are going to talk and have a long-lasting relationship or friendship. Who knows who have just talked to you? The good impression that we are talking is not being another self, it's not being, oh gosh, I think that I'm not good enough to be myself, so therefore I will practice and being other people. No, it's not like that. Something that we talk about, the good impression that we are talking about is not something that you need to change, but being a better version of yourself. It is still yourself, but it's a better version of yourself. Why? Because first impression is your gold opportunity, it's your chance. It is what determines whether people want to be friends with you or not, whether people want to interact with you or not, or get along with you, or people or your bosses in the future want to hire you or not. So your first glance, your first smile, your first hello, your first wave of hands, your first rising eyebrows, or etc. Everything is being assumed under their mind. So therefore, what is the good impression that you are going to make for them? So it depends on you on how you want to greet people. It's as how you are comfortably going to talk to people. But it is very important for you to notice that it is quite necessary for you to act accordingly. Act the way you have to act. For example, the one you are talking to is older than you, or the same ages with you, or younger than you. It's all depend on you on how to interact with them, because they are all demand for the different types of communication, different types of tone of voice or your expression. So therefore, your first impression is a gold opportunity. Treasure your first impression. And in this lockdown quarantine life, don't forget to take lessons. By watching this video entirely, you will get tips and tricks of small details that you might not be aware of. So just keep on watching. The second thing that you need to notice is that this video is definitely applicable in all situations. It is via phone calls, it is via communication or face-to-face interactions. We gotta have packaged it beautifully for you. So your first hello in telephone call, your first expression at the very first glance, it is what matters. One thing that you need to note is that your first impression is not only made based on your face-to-face interactions, but it is also can be based on your phone calls. How are you going to receive your phone calls? Your tone of voice is largely matter. Your first hello is quite different, totally different. What people think of you, what people will judge because of your tone of voice will ruin everything. That you need to improve if you have always been rejected, if you have always been not being pick up your phones because you sound annoying, because people do not want to be annoyed by you because you are labeled disgusting. We do not want that, right? So therefore, in this video, we gotta change that. So therefore, in this quarantine life where you do not meet people so often, so frequently like you used to do, take this opportunity to grow yourself, to develop your mental stability, and to control your emotions. Most importantly, your emotions can ruin everything. You are sad, perhaps you are angry, perhaps you are in the moment where you don't want to talk to people, but you need to talk. Perhaps you can watch funny stories, perhaps you can have your Spotify, listening to some songs or playing games. Everything that you need to do to make you boost up your energy and politely answering the phone calls. Hello! The typical phone calls that we want to receive is those happy tone of voice. And don't be angry to people because people do not have any idea what's going on with your life, what's going on with your tone of voice. Why are you implementing those emotions on me? So do not blame others and do not scold people for no reason. It is the condition that you need to act accordingly. So therefore, reflect to yourself before you reflect to other people. So jump into my tips and tricks. You're waiting for these tips and tricks, right? So therefore, let's just jump in. Of course, your first step is greetings. When you want to introduce yourself, when you want to introduce your brand name, of course you need to have a greetings. The greetings that we are going to talk about is not a greeting that is just slightly passed by, a greetings of raising eyebrows or unsmiling or having your hands pat on other people's shoulders. For the greetings that I'm going to talk is a polite greetings in a very, very polite manner. For example, you can say hello, hi, in a very soft pace, in a very soft energy, but still full of energetic. So therefore, you need to say hello, hello, hello. So you can actually be very contagious of your happy spirits. So therefore, people can see the interest of you to get know deeper, a lot deeper about them. People can engage with you. People want to listen to you, and people will give you their eye contacts if you show a good attention, if you show a good affection, and how you behave, the way you talk to people. So therefore, the first glance that people make to you, the first expression that people will make to you. For example, if people react to you like, people will react like, what? It's okay, I think, hi. Oh, I think that I'm going to go to the cafe. It's okay, we are in here or whatever. The expression, the first sentence ruin everything, your first impression. We do not want that, right? So therefore, politely, don't go into a lot of body language, a lot of body motions, like so busy on yourself. Be so calm on yourself and hello, be professional. Be calm as you want to have people remind of you. Hello, with a smile put on it. And you start to talk. Maybe you can add a small chat, a small discussion like, hey, how are you doing? Or something else that you need to tackle so that you can actually tackle your nervousness inside of you, covered up by your confidence. People do not want to see you seem like a coward, to see you like someone who are rushing into the hours. People want to see you comfortably talking with them. So therefore, you can enjoy the moment. You can enjoy talking to them. That is what people want to have. So you have to act accordingly. That is the first greeting. Your first greeting needs to show interest on how you really interested in wanting to know deeper, a lot deeper about people, about your college, about your new employer. So therefore, people can actually engage to you. The second one is professionalism. People tend to neglect the professionalism that we have to carry along to with ourselves. Professionalism is more likely to how you control your emotions, how you divide your personal feelings, your personal matter, and your now feelings. So in case like you're a teacher, perhaps, it is very awkward moments when your teacher scolding you for no reason just because they have their own personal feelings. Maybe they are being scolded in their house. They take their personal feelings in their school. It is unprofessional. It is not what I want to offend you, but that is what we call unprofessional. We do not want people that act unprofessional because your matter, your home matter, your school matter, your job matter, everything is divided into your emotions. So therefore, do not mix up your feelings because you are going to ruin everything in just a minute after speaking to people. So you do not want to ruin that, right? So your best professionalism is how to actually calm yourself down. As what I've just mentioned before, you can watch good movies that improve your moods because your moods affects your tone of voice, and that tone of voice affects what people think of you, what people hear about you. And the third step is how you start the conversation. You do not want to actually jump into the point directly. You have to have a small steps on how to start the conversation. Perhaps you can, how you're going, what I need to act, what I need to, do we need to go to the cafe so that we can comfortably talking? Do we need to go to the school first? Do we need to go to canteen to have a small chat, to have a spill of tea? You can ask something like that. And the fourth one is your body gestures. Your body language is also matter for you. It is as important as what you greet people, as how you greet people. So your first body language is not someone who is going to have someone like this talking with you, or having yawning all the time, or actually itching themselves, or having their hands always in their pocket, or making a very annoying body gestures. You are very uncomfortable seeing like something like that, right? So the fifth step that you need to notice is how you introduce yourself or your brand name. In case if you have had a very hard to spell name or brand name, you need to spell it out. You need to have no misunderstanding or misspelling. So therefore, people can remember it exactly and precisely what is your name or what is your brand name. Because perhaps there is the upcoming second meetings, third meeting, or job vacancies, job opportunities, or etc. You might never know. So therefore, misspell it out your name. And don't forget to give a general description about yourself or about your branding. Perhaps something like, I'm an employee in this company. I'm a fresh graduate from this school. I'm a first-year student in this university, and etc. Whatever it is, to add up your memories to someone, to add up something detailed and briefly, so that people can actually have a conception about you, description a little bit only. That helps too. So the sixth point that you need to notice is how you end the conversation. If you have a good start in your conversation, you need to end it a better way. You need to have a good manner too. So therefore, in case if you have had a rush hour, if you have to actually go somewhere at that time, please calm down and be polite in actually ending your conversation. Perhaps you wish for the upcoming meetings in case you're looking forward to meeting them again because you're very comfortable in talking with them. So go ahead, talk to them in the way like that. Hey, I'm looking forward to our next meeting. Is that going to be tomorrow? I'm very excited to know it, etc. You need to clarify that you are very interested in them. So the seventh thing here is the less common thing that people notice is that how you have to compliment other people. People might refuse to compliment each other because they just feel like I'm better than you. It's not like that. Compliment other people to uplift people up, to lift other people up so that you can rise to, so that people can remember you and congratulate you or welcome you. So therefore, the thing that you need to compliment is the small details that they have. Perhaps something like, wow, you got a very natural confidence on you. You carry yourself very well. Wow, you get a very pretty smile. The way you walk, the way you talk is like a professional leader. I very adore you. I'm amazed of how you behave. Everything like that, it actually boosts up their confidence and it also makes you more remembered in that way. It might sound very funny, but trust me, it works. If you haven't watched my previous video right here, make sure that you watch it out because it will be very helpful, I swear. Because it will give you a lot of comprehensive details and structure of how to behave, how to communicate, what tone of voice, how you give your energy in your words, and what pace you are in. So therefore, people can be interested in you and wanting to know deeper more about you. This is the example of how I introduce my brand name. Make sure that you watch it and give thumbs too. So the eighth thing that you need to note is how you leave them with. What is the footage that you give them? What is the memorable and good image that you leave for them? Is it how comfortable you are? Is it the way you communicate or interact with? It depends on you. How do you want them to remember you the way? So have a nice day and stay safe.